I've directed the Minister of Police to have a meeting because this violence is now mutating and taking different forms that represent themselves in a way that we do not want to see in South Africa, where communities seem to be attacking one another. So we want this to stop, and I want it to stop immediately. No justification whatsoever for any South African to go out of their way to attack people from other countries. We need to act in a way where we give respect to people from other countries and show them that they are welcome to be in our country. We need to deal with our own problems in a way where we sit down and discuss those issues with the various structures that we have. We cannot accept sense that South Africans do not welcome Africans or other people from other countries. We cannot do that because we are welcomed in other countries. Right now, we are part of the whole continent having inaugurated the Africa Free Trade Area Agreement. So our drivers are now going to be afraid to drive vehicles in other countries. And there's just no justification whatsoever for people who have a sense that their jobs are being taken by people from foreign lands to attack them, to destroy properties, and actually to kill them. This must be stopped.
It should never happen under no circumstances that a political leader of South Africa takes the sides of non-South Africans. For what good reason? How can you, as the father of your children, side with an outsider over your own children? Not unless we are saying those are not your children. You know something that we don't. Maybe you know that the children are not yours. That's why you would allow vultures to come and terrorize and eat them in your own house. When they cry to you and say, "Daddy, Daddy," we're like, hey, you are dramatic. Your children are saying, we are scared. We're being terrorized here. Your children are saying to you, "Daddy, when you are away at work, the people here come and rape us and molest us." You come back, you say, "No, you are dramatic. These are my brothers. They will never do that." Not unless you want to tell us something. That's what we are subjected to today with these people who self-proclaim that they are leaders of society. Which society? Who are they leading? Because society is saying, these are the problems. They are coming out to say, no, we are moving with an ideology that doesn't exist. Because all these arguments of ideologies don't make sense. As long as we are bringing this ideology that we are telling us about, but doesn't speak to me, then that ideology is foreign to me. South Africans are saying we are unemployed. South Africans are saying there's high crime. South Africans are complaining with a lot of things. You are telling them about Pan-Africanism. They must eat Pan-Africanism. They must eat ideology. Because once the ideology is senseless, the people must reject you. You can't be trying, because, we must be careful, because the problem with this democracy that we have and the education, it has produced a lot of stupid intellectuals. That's the problem that we have. This education that we are speaking about of Bovets has produced a lot of stupid intellectuals, fools masquerading as intellectuals, because they want to think that they see things differently from the reality that we all see. And they want to project and profile themselves as if they are the real thinkers for society, as if those who are uneducated, unemployed can think for themselves. These people are raising issues that affect them. And they are not speaking about now. They are speaking about the future. To say, what type of South Africa will this be in 10 years? What? You look at it. We are being squeezed out in all informal or formal business. We are squeezed out, literal. Now, You have leaders who then will come and say, these are your future employers. Why should the illegal foreigners be future employers of the South Africans, not the South Africans employing them? That's an insult to our people.
And in your eyes, what do you think the solution is? Because it's getting to a point, I don't know if you agree, Penduka, where it's like now it's every man for himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the government has let us down. But what do we do as citizens? Because we still need to stay here.
It's our home.
It's our home.
Look, South Africans have no choice but to fight. And fortunately is that they are fighting for the same cause. Yes, every revolution gets hijacked. It will be hijacked. There will be opportunists. There are opportunists everywhere. March on March will be hijacked. It will be disturbed, distracted. People will be planted there. It's part of the system. But the only thing we can do is to continue encouraging our people to fight, because that's the only thing we have.
And when you say fight, what does that mean? Like, you're not talking about physical. What do you, just to expand on that?
Well, I wouldn't disregard physically. When a push comes to a shove, people must be ready to be physical. But it is always the last resort. There is no revolution that was ever peaceful. I've never heard of a peaceful revolution. It doesn't exist. It's the same thing that you can only hear being spoken by Thabo Mbeki when abhema insangu, wherever la ibheme khona insangu yakhe ngelipipi. Then he comes to speak with so much conviction. Then you will assume that he's making sense. And he has created a lot of other minions who are trying to emulate him. We're in trouble. Because there are a lot of duplicates of Mbegists. Now they speak like him. We're like, oh my God. Sivelelo. But our people, they must sharply raise discomfort. Because we have a tendency of, even when we are squeezed, even when we are pressed, we keep quiet. Because we are scared of being labeled xenophobic. We are scared of being called this and that. Up until the damage is massive, people must raise discomfort. I can tell you now that ever since the protests began, they've pushed government to do its work. They have done that. The March on March, ever since it started in January in Abington, the school in Durban, they got those kids admitted there. They pushed government to begin to look at the admissions in those schools, the policies in those schools. They have pushed Home Affairs to review their own policies. It would be a lie to say there's no significant achievement that March on March have done. They have been the biggest success of every mass mobilization is the consciousness of the citizens. That's the biggest achievement of any mass mobilization. Get the people talking. Doesn't matter, Penduka, where you are. Everyone is talking about this thing.
Yes.
Whether it's in the saloon.
Yeah.
Whether you are playing golf, in the clubs, in the taxis, at home with your nephews. Everyone is talking about it. They have brought this debate in the public discourse. That is an achievement. We are speaking about it robustly, and we will achieve.
I wanted to ask you.
Yes, sanibonani bafowethu niyaphila. Hayi, ngathokozisa maniphila. Mina ngibanjwe influenza ayingibambe phansi bafowethu manje. Yeah, but no. Back to business. Not much to say today. But have you guys realized that the only way out is through war? Have you guys realized that the only way out for South Africans here is through war? Because this war of paper, this war of memorandums and whatsoever is not helping us. Palestinians that just came in our country, they're just allowed by our president without documents, and our people are on the streets and you know showing they are so hurtful. But then our president just decided, no, fuck the people of South Africa. I'm just going to allow them to come in. There's a big story behind it. Yeah. Kulungile bafowethu. Angipepezeli into kodwa ngithi niyabona yini kodwa ukuthi kumele silwe before. Thina sikwazi bafowethu. We are living under a code of conduct. Yes, we respect the laws of this country. There's nothing we can do. But nobody can you do something about it before we lose our country? Because almost ngekudala nje sebesphethe ama-Muslims la kule country. Indaba kanaliphando wenzani? Akungayeka naliphando. Nang Ramaphosa njengamanje, he just allowed a flock of Palestinians into our country. Engakhulumanga nokukhuluma nane ministers of Home Affairs. Minister of Home Affairs, at least for the first time, he was going to do right, but then his decision was overridden by the very first citizen of our country. I am truly West and Banjuni Fluba Food. Hope you're good. Hope the struggle continues in with our hearts we're with you. It's just that we cannot be part and parcel. But we're with you. It is so, it has got Tabliza to see what's happening in KZN. Not only in KZN, man, but yeah, got Tabliza born upon but this paperwork thing, they are just looking and saying, let them toy and bring memorandums and whatsoever, but let us carry on with our duty, which is breaking this country into 1,000,000 pieces. Albonga ingwane mayophuza amaphilisi. Thank you.
Umuntu okufika osenesikhathi sokuthi ahambe kahle akahambe kahle manje ngoba akuzukuba lula. Kufanele nikwazi lokho akuzukuba lula njengoba nidelela nithuka nenza yonke into la ko social media nisethuka kuma post ethu nithuka nomfazi womuntu lo olwela izingane zakithi. Akuzukuba lula. Nithi nina nihlakaniphile, nithi nifundile, nazi imisebenzi. Izwe leli liphelile, amazweni aphelile le. Aphethwe ngabashokobezi amazweni alawulwa ngabantu abangasibona. Na abanye baxosha belungu emazweni abo, basuka labo belungu babuya bazohlala eSouth Africa. Bayasuka nabo balandela belungu beza la eSouth Africa futhi. Kodwa manje bathi bona baxosha belungu bafuna umhlaba wabo. Bawuthola umhlaba wabo bahluleka ukusebenza. Musu lapha eSouth Africa udayisa ama drugs, uthi abantu base South Africa bavilapha. Lelizwe lakhiwa ngama South Africans. South Africans lelizwe. Owayeqashiwe wayekhokhelwa owayengayona iSouth African. Lelizwe lakhiwa ngama South Africans. Asizukuvuma thina ukuthi izwe lizogwamandwa ngamasela amaqembu epolitiki ngoba nakho bona behle. Asizukuvuma lokho. Kuzophela. Oyigcine emkhulu kungenzeka kuphela unyaka ozayo ngasemkhulu. Lolu ukhetho aluzukuvotelwa abantu bokufika, luzovotelwa abantu base South Africa. Lolu sibheke kulo. Abangayiziba abaholi lento. Musani baholi nibiza ngabaholi bese niziba abantu bakini behlupheka insizwa kayisebenzi ihlele emakhaya njalo thina esiphethe insizwa siyabona ukuthi lezi insizwe ezingaka holy view labantu abawu-2000 bonke laba bantu bahlele emakhaya abasebenzi imisebenzi ivimbene emgodoyi nje la engazazi ukuthi izofunani kulelizwe. Ukhona umuntu ongathenga imoto egunda abantu amakhanda athenga iMercedes ahambe ngeMercedes ka 350,000 egunda ikhanda. Bangaki laba abantu abagunda kuye laba bantu? Musani ukudlala ngathi webaholi ezondika ebambe ekhona.
See, many South Africans are growing frustrated with President Cyril Ramaphosa and his government's handling of illegal immigration. Despite years of public complaints, many citizens feel that not enough is being done to secure the country's borders or address the growing number of undocumented foreign nationals living in South Africa. While the government says it is committed to enforcing immigration law, critics argue that the actions taken so far have been too slow and ineffective. As unemployment remains high and pressure on public services increase, many South Africans are demanding stronger action and clearer policies. The question now is, will the government respond to the concerns of ordinary citizens, or will frustration continue to grow across the country?